Did you know that there was a large-scale massacre against black soldiers here in the U.S. during World War II? In 1940, 8,000 construction workers built Camp Claiborne, a massive military complex in Louisiana. The camp was a boom town, once home to 500,000 people. While the U.S. prepared men to fight abroad, for many black soldiers, the fight began at home. On January 10th, 1942, barely a month after the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, black soldiers visited Alexandria, the closest city. Some 3,000 black Americans were enjoying Lee Street, named after Robert E. Lee, in an area dubbed Little Harlem. Chaos ensued when a white woman accused a black soldier of walking in front of her car. A white MP then fired at a black soldier. Many black soldiers started protesting because of this incident. Black soldiers were unarmed because they were not allowed to leave the camp with weapons. White soldiers and local police had an arsenal and began firing indiscriminately at black soldiers and civilians. They even deployed tear gas. Although black soldiers were the victims, military commanders blamed them and exonerated white officers. No one was ever arrested. Local newspapers praised the military. One newspaper claimed that no one died and highlighted that a white state trooper suffered a hand injury while attacking a black soldier. Although the military said no one was killed, multiple eyewitnesses confirmed otherwise. The Afro-American, a black-owned newspaper, launched its own investigation and confirmed deaths that were corroborated by white officers. The entire area was quickly cordoned off, and Alexandria became off-limits to black soldiers. Lee Street and Little Harlem would never regain its former status. The history was kept alive by the Buffalo Soldiers Motorcycle Club, one of the largest black biker organizations in the country. They place a wreath every Memorial Day to honor the victims. And this history is still being unraveled. Dr. William Simpson, a local historian, received an extremely detailed anonymous letter with the location of a mass grave. Excavation of the site is now underway. The military has never acknowledged the massacre. Camp Claiborne was deserted in 1946, the Ritz Theater was demolished, and Lee Street remains neglected. There isn't even a Wikipedia page for this massacre. One survivor summed it up this way: whenever anybody says, remember Pearl Harbor, I will say, remember Lee Street.
Then what are you doing with that gun?
Well, what are you doing with yours?
Let me see that rifle, son.
No, this is my private property. According to California law, we got a constitutional right to bear arms.
What? That's you? Okay, move along. Go on about your business.
Wait, brothers and sisters, no! You ain't gotta go nowhere. This is your business. Stay right here. The law says, as long as you stand a reasonable distance, that's 8 to 10 feet to be exact, you've got a right to observe the police carrying out their duties. From what I can see, you're standing 22 feet away from this man. So, brothers, ain't no law being broken.
That's right. You stay right where you are. You ain't got to go nowhere.
Learn about the Black Panther.
Is that gun loaded, boy?
Fish and game law clearly states it's unlawful to carry a live round of ammunition in the chamber of a shotgun or rifle in a vehicle. Pig.
Refer to him as officer. Then don't you refer to him as boy. Well, is it loaded?
I tell you, officer, it wasn't, but now it is.
You is a badass nigga. Now, for the last time, boy, what do those guns mean?
They mean, Pig, that the Black Panther Party declares you try to brutalize our community, you try to take our weapons. We'll shoot you, man.
Jesus, I think I done died and gone to heaven.
Now that was a good cold open. Oh, hello. Oops. Hello. Knock, knock.
Yeah, we're here. We're here. We're
I can't
listening.
see the screen. There you go. Yeah, that was a good cold open right there. All right. So you guys know what we're here to do. You know why we're here. What up, brother? Brother Greg is in the building. Yet another episode of the Ken B. Frank Show. This one is called Do the Work. That's the only thing that's left to do. We can talk, we can plot, we can strategize. If a tenth of what we talk about on this show makes it out into the regular atmosphere, then we did a good job. As much stuff as we talk about on here, if a portion of what we talk about on here makes it out there, then we're doing the work. So that's what I came to tell y'all to lock in, do the work. Some of the work was being done tonight. I don't know how much of the work was being done, but some of it was being done this evening. So I do want to lift that work up, as well as get some on the ground, firsthand accounts of what took place.
What's up?
No, not yet. Just stay in the background. Yeah, just stay in the background. Matter of fact, let me take you off the screen. You spoke too soon. Okay.
Don't
You
be
here?
playing like that.
Are you here?
I'm here.
Okay, I'm gonna take you off the screen now. Okay.
You must ain't got nothing else to do.
No, it's just a click away. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So of course, y'all know I got some good clips to show you. We were just looking at so a lot of people don't understand this the Panther mentality. A lot of people in our region, and specifically a lot of the white folks, think it was just some anti-government fascist organization that was so pro-black that you would have swore that we were like the Black Klan or something like that. And that couldn't have been further from the truth, right? The Klan operated unimpugned, right? The Panthers always had to deal with something or another, like a police raid. And here's a clip of them preparing for a police raid.
Panther headquarters. A police raid is expected.
You know, I know a lot of people, that hear things like this and see things like this, couldn't understand the motive behind this. See, me myself, I was born in a so-called bourgeois community and had some of the better things you could say of life. And I found that even some of the better things of life, black people, wasn't too true. And I found that there was more people starving than there was people eating. And I found that more people didn't have clothes than they did have clothes. And I found that I just happened to be one of the few. And I made a commitment to myself that I wouldn't stop doing what I'm doing until all those people are free. Because I didn't mind dying, but I just thought, well, everybody shouldn't have to die. That's kind I got.
What type of blood do you have?
Be positive. Make sure you don't get no pig blood.
All those folks by window, when if atom bomb, tear gas is stone, here's your water and your mask. Keep this on you. Okay.
We very confident that nobody's coming in the front door. What day it is? Nobody. No gas. Nobody getting on the roof, Jeff. I want you to know that. Nobody getting on the roof. We believe in what is it? Fire, cover, and fire. The Minister of Health is gonna be the Minister of Health and doctor's gonna be covering me after while I'm loading up. You know, you might think sound reactionary on my part, man, but I just wish they would come tonight. Yeah, well, I want them to come. I wish they would. The Minister of Defense. I said the people. Why don't you give the military viewpoint of how much chance they got to come up here? No, it's impossible. That's right. What is Elvis said? It's the difference between 20 million niggas and 20 million niggas armed to the hill.
He said there's a difference between 20 million N-words and 20 million N-words that are armed to the hilt. And I want y'all to kind of consume a little bit of that energy tonight as we face what happened this evening, right? Because I feel like that should have been the energy in the room. And if it was anything other than that, I'm not even gonna be mad. But that needed to be the energy in the room. So we're gonna do a temp check and see. Hold on. And see if that's the case. So we got Miss Shambam who was there. Brother Greg, I think, wasn't Brother Greg there too?
Brother Greg was there.
Brother Greg was there. Let me yeah. Hold on. Damn. Hold on. Okay. I'd have hit another menu, my bad. So yeah. Comments. I was at the top. That's what it is. Okay. So yeah. So if you could give us a little play-by-play, some laying out of the scenery. Tell us what it was like on the inside. Pause.
You aggravate. But walking in initially, so there was a lot of confusion for other people, not for me, but a lot of the older folk, I will say, let's say 65 and up. I would say a lot of them were confused, and a lot of them stated that they thought that this meeting was the meeting for redistricting, dealing with Cleo Fields. So it was a lot of older folk there actually there to see him and not there for the Vote Smart town hall meeting. So they were, they said that there was a lot of conflict or issues with what meeting was supposed to be held today at, what was it, Mount Zion? No, Zion
Mount
Hill.
Zion.
Sorry, Zion Hill. Zion Hill. Zion Hill. I think. Wait, Mount Zion. I'd be so confused with them too.
Did you go to
I think it's Mount
Pineville?
Zion. No, I didn't go to Pineville. No,
Okay, you was at Mount Zion.
Mount Zion. Yeah, it was Mount Zion. But so walking in, so we got that out the way. People were confused. Some people left. Some people stayed because they were there for Cleo Fields to come and listen to him talk about the redistricting. And again, that's something that's going on statewide. That's not going on, redistricting issues is going on here, yes, but y'all get what I'm saying. And we got more local issues happening, and some people decided to leave. So people started coming. 5 people get off around that time, so people started coming in. The only representatives would be Mr. Malcolm Larverdane, Mr. Jules Green, and Mr. Ed Larverdane, our state representative.
So Malcolm, Ed, and Jules showed up.
Yes.
So y'all put that in y'all notebook. Malcolm, Ed, and Jules showed up after, and conveniently, they did not go to the FET. There are no pictures of them at the FET, but they did show up when it mattered, which is for the community. So commend them commend them for doing the work. They
Yeah,
they did the work.
they were more than willing to answer everybody's questions. They explained everything thoroughly that was asked of them. They were asked a lot of questions about Gator. They were asked a lot of questions about the mayor, and what he's been doing or what he hasn't been doing. There was a representative there for the mayor, but she didn't make herself known. But we all figured out that she was a representative from the mayor's office, so she was there to take down notes. Uh, Nobody else from administration was there.
Who did he send?
We don't know who this woman is.
It
She's
wasn't
not
Kay
someone.
Miguel.
No, 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 no.
Oh,
It wasn't. It wasn't. No, it was not. This was the lady. This might be one of the mayoral assistants that he
oh,
has. That.
1,005
Mm-hmm.
mayoral
It
assistant.
might be one of those mayoral assistants that you just don't see. They're just in the background.
Right.
But a lot of great questions were asked. The panel was pretty small. It could have been. It definitely could have been a lot more people considering the invites or the flyer and invitation was given via social media and also via council persons because they did say, "Hey, I sent this out." A lot of people got those invites by phone, versus social media. So,
By
uh,
phone.
yes, meaning like text message,
Uh-huh.
because not everybody has, the older folk, not everybody have, Facebook, or they're just, doing that. But honestly, it was questions were asked, questions were answered. We had Jack was there from Urban Cast, I believe that's his. Yeah, he was there from Urban Cast. But I'm not equipped to go live on YSKT, but I did try to get a few clips for everybody just so they can get a vibe of the room and get a vibe of what was talked about. But I was the only one that did go live, so the audio might be a little choppy. But I
You
just
want to
wanted
send it
everybody
over?
to see. Yeah, I just wanted everybody to see what was going on, what was
If you
being
want to
asked.
send it
They
over,
did.
I'll run it.
Okay. You have to go to the YSKT page
Oh,
because I had went live like twice, but you can catch some stuff. Mr. J. Scott was there from Police Jury. He was there. Let's see. Mr. Stephen Chalk was there.
oh, you
He
got a
works
good
with
little
Urban
bit of it.
Cast. Okay, cool. But
You
yeah, if
got
you have any
13 minutes, and you
questions,
got another 15 seconds.
yeah, if you can hear it.
Oh, you got 2 minutes here. Hold on. Okay, okay. So
I got one
it
for like
starts with the
12
2 minute clip.
minutes. Okay.
Okay, it goes starts with the 2 minute clip. Oh, I didn't know that. Listen, good job.
You should know this.
Who what?
I said you should know this.
Yeah, well, I should, but I didn't.
And I'm going to present thank you so much. The simple question is tonight, what made you here? Why are you here tonight? Thank you, Ms. Cole.
Can y'all make out what's being said?
So what she was saying was the thing that the lady at the podium was saying. I don't want to mispronounce her name, but she was saying, "What is the reason that you come to this meeting for?" And she was just asking several people, what was their reasoning. And I believe Mr. Chalk said he thought this meeting was a different meeting. You'll have to play it back because, like I said in the beginning,
Oh,
a
wait
lot
a
of people
minute. Wait a
thought.
minute. Hold on. Hold on. So let's talk a little bit about the beef between Power Coalition and Jack Henry, because that beef does exist. So, as many of you may know, we share the stories in just now, but there was the first program that Power Coalition ever came to Alexandria and worked with the community on was for the unanimous consent thing, right? And There was a number of people that were gathered that were being paid like $15 an hour to basically knock on doors and make people aware of what happened or what was going on, unanimous consent, right? Well, towards the end, quite a few of us didn't get our paychecks, right? Quite a few of us didn't get our paychecks. And the person in charge of giving out the paychecks was Jack Henry, right? So it's just automatically assumed that Jack kept all the money, right? And that starts the tumultuous relationship. From there forward, Jack, whatever, he became the president of the NAACP. Shortly after this happened, he quit. The NAACP died, right? Because the one thing that we're not gonna do is we're not gonna rewrite history, right? I don't care how whatever a person's intentions is now, their intentions then is what led us to what is now. So he quit the NAACP. Malcolm was the president. Malcolm became the councilman, and he couldn't do both, as you guys know, right? So he stepped down, and Jack stepped up. But Jack really didn't step up. Jack used the NAACP to launch UrbanCast, basically. And
No, I think Urban Cast was already in.
no, UrbanCast was not. UrbanCast did not come around until after that initial meeting with Power Coalition. And that's 2000. You're talking 2017 almost. 2018, somewhere in there, at least. Definitely 2018. But there was no UrbanCast back then. So if it was very, very in its very, very beginning stages. Remember, those three that run UrbanCast didn't even meet each other up until that point. That's what brought them all together, was that event with Power Coalition. So anyway, long story short, Jack and them keep the money, right? And that started the tumultuous relationship between Power Coalition and UrbanCast. Now, this wasn't the Power Coalition's meeting, was it?
This was supposed to have been Vote Smart's,
Right.
meeting.
So that again, they showed up thinking that it was somebody else's meeting, and a lot of people did. But yeah, this is all tangled up. So again, watch for whenever that other meeting takes place. Watch for them showing up for that as well, and watch how they interact. And I just wanted to give everything a little layered context. That way, whatever happens, I don't know what's going to happen, but whatever gets said, you guys already know kind of like sort of the backstory on it. He said he was there just to be nosy.
Yeah, he said that.
I thought they were the media. I thought they wanted to be taken serious as the media outlet.
Well, Jack said that.
So wait a minute.
Steven.
So he gets himself involved in ambulance chasing in the literal sense. He does all this other car accidents, house fires, all this other shit. But when the community really, really does need coverage, and I'm not saying YSKT did a bad job, but usually UrbanCast is there doing so. The last time UrbanCast showed up to a community meet without any camera equipment or with no intention, well, that was the last time we were all at the library together. And he said the same shit then, didn't he?
He just didn't have any equipment that time either. That I do remember that. She didn't have any
That's the
equipment.
irony. Okay.
I mean, it is a little
painting
weird.
Jack as a bad guy.
Again, I'm not set up to have that type of stuff. I didn't want people to think that nobody was there. I wanted them to
we appreciate
know
what you
somebody was there.
We appreciate what you did, because what you just did is you peeled back the layer of they could have, but they didn't. Again, they could have, but they didn't. And now you got to start asking yourself, well, why didn't they? Why didn't they? What was the purpose behind it? Well, let's see. So it's no surprise that them two are sitting together. And I'm also glad. I'm not mad at the fact that I can't hear what's being said.
Yeah, because the other video might be good. You might just have to just go through it.
Well, the acoustics in the room like that is way off. You can't you
Oh yeah, it was pretty low. He only had one speaker in there.
yeah.
Just to let
There go
people
brother
understand
Steve.
what started. Okay, Mr. Parsons. You saw the flyer. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Mr. Price.
Oh, I got received a text message from Ms. Tiffany Sanders. She sent me the flyer about Vote Smart is still here. And I thought I'll come and see what the candidates had to say.
That room should have been packed out. That room should have been packed out. Anytime there's an opportunity for us to get together and talk about the stuff that's happening with us, we need to pack the room.
Okay, you can try to play the next one.
Oh, yeah, let's see. You got to pack the room. You got to be in the middle of it, or else you're going to be at the end of it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I think I was just showing.
Yeah, you was just showing the
Yeah, I was
environment.
just showing. So just keep going. I have another video.
I got you. All right,
That was
so
just
this
the
was
papers
on the
that they
table.
gave us. Yeah, that's what they handed us on the way in, just in case you didn't vote. They handed you a paper explaining, the amendments. They hand you a paper explaining the dates and what's going to be on your ballot.
So this ballot is the Power Coalition. Anytime you see that color scheme or you see that logo right there, that's a Power Coalition event. Which goes back to what I was first saying. They weren't there to actually, because Stephen Sharp was with Jack Hinton when all this was going on. They weren't there to actually, do anything. So they weren't expected to be confronted or be asked anything, because they weren't there for that specific purpose. They were just there to be nosy, as he said.
When you vote or don't vote, you have made a decision. The mayor is currently in the seat. He makes laws. He can make rules. I'm going to vote. He's going to vote. If you don't like the mayor's rule, our options is what we know on the items. That's a double-edged sword. Because let's say you need to do something.
Can y'all hear what he's saying? Can y'all make out what he's saying?
Nope. Not a
Okay, I mean
thing.
that's all
Yeah,
good too, because she can tell us what was
just
being
fast forward
said.
and you can see.
So what
Just
did he
fast
say?
forward because eventually I went up close. He was just explaining to her a question that she had asked regarding the Weston Gold Ring building, I believe. It was several, so you can just it might get better. I don't know.
And now, President was not saying, and he kind of succeeded. That's something that I don't want to deal with. Now, if people put a collection and pay for a journal, I'm all for it. But I'm just saying, the mayor will not pay.
Okay, you can keep going. Let's see if it gets better. I'm acting like I ain't record this.
See you, folks.
Yeah, okay.
Keep going. Fast forward soon. Because it's like 12 minutes. I think I went closer. I'm not sure. Yeah, I went a little closer.
We need to get the like that. What?
I think you can start hearing on this. I think I moved a little closer.
But at this point, with the mayor vetoing, right, and because I think it is, you don't have to buy the other veto, what do we do? Like that, what, I got that, and I heard you got to vote in the people. Okay, so is that the only, so at this point?
I didn't see. It wasn't by that we know it can make it work.
Okay.
We got the power to do that.
So at this point, that's our next course of action. We need to get the people out, so now we need to organize to make sure that the votes are happening, is that where we are?
Yes.
Nah, I didn't mean to stop her.
Well, okay, I get it, once again, I get it. Okay.
It was a deal made. And new guys supposed to be coming up. We're gonna work together to control the whole vote. The reason why I'm creating for the whole vote. Right? And it's too bad and it's good. I need the whole vote. So I need to figure it out. For my people to get some done for the black people. Right? So we got the 4 votes for the gay vote. We got the 4 votes for the city. 4 black. Then we should have the power for the city council.
What is he saying?
He laying out some good points.
Okay, do you have caption on it?
No captions.
Okay.
But I do have it up. I even have the boosters on. He was saying that
They don't have
elections
closed
have
caption right there at the
consequences.
bottom? Right there?
No, it's not
They don't
that.
have the option?
Nope.
Okay.
Now, ironically, when this show goes live, it'll have the options. So they'll be able to understand it from their end watching this show. But no, he was saying elections have consequences. The mayor is in the seat due to how people voted. And he's right.
That's true. That's right.
But still, we don't have 4 votes. We need 5 votes to make sure whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Whatever's vetoed. Yeah.
So he's basically saying what we're saying is that you need a 5th vote.
Yes.
You absolutely need a 5th person on your side, whether that's the mayor or whether that's another council person. Until we get that 5th person, we'll never. It'll be hard to overcome what we got ourselves into. It'll be hard. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's until we face the reality that we either need a mayor that's for us, or you need 5 of those council people up there that you know for a fact are for us. Now, you want to get into the logistics? Let's dig around a little bit, right? So that mayor is trying to attach himself to one council person already, right? And really, Gary Johnson is doing Jock a favor by letting Jock claim that Gary Johnson and he are on the same ticket, because Jock doesn't have any political cachet left with black folks, and whatever he does is it's not with the group of people that are aware or want to change what's going on. I'll say that. He has some cachet with black folks, but none of them are invested in changing anything in Alexandria. They're good. Yeah, they're fine. They don't have no problems. And the problems that they do have, that it's not that big of a deal for them. They can navigate through it. So because Gary Johnson and just like we're Reddicks, like just because they wanted to join at the hip with Jock, then that removes that solves 2 problems for us. So you can't vote for Jock and you're not voting for Gary Johnson. So boom. Now you got to start looking at what one good candidate does do. You need somebody. You need somebody with a backbone like Miss Bell. You need somebody that knows what's going on as far as that charter goes and reads through those damn ordinances and those agenda items. Y'all need that because the current one doesn't read, or he reads it too late. So while you're talking about that, you done got rid of Jock and you got rid of Gary, and now you got let's just put Miss Linda Bell. You got Linda Bell, Jules, Malcolm, and Cynthia, and a new mayor. The only person y'all know which one I don't care for, but she in there. She's stuck in there. So ain't nothing we can do about that. But she won't be the president next year. And with a new mayor, you know, I know who I want, but I don't know if we've thoroughly convinced that person to run yet. I don't know. I think that they see the building, the mountain of BS and y'all just don't know. Whoever comes in after Jock, they got to clean up everything Jock messed up first. They got to fix all of the stuff that was unfair. They got to go through and undo all of that. And then we can start moving forward. But until y'all decide that y'all I forgot Miss Linda Bell was watching. She said, man, listen, I'm sorry, Miss Linda Bell. It was just a placeholder. I couldn't think of nobody else's name. My bad. But we gotta that's a hell of a team up there. Now you mess around and you get you a fifth, like you get Villard out of there and you put somebody rock solid in Villard's spot. Now you got your fifth. Right? You got 5 votes on the council and you got Jock Way the fuck up out of there. Now you control your destiny. You control your city.
It looks like it's supposed to, with Alexandria having the leading population of black people.
Right, of black folks. Right.
So it mimics what it's supposed to.
Right. But they created those 2 at-large positions. It'd be one for the black folks and one for the white folks. And it's been like that ever since. Jim Crow gotta go. Yeah. Y'all could really show up and show out this November. And I'm talking about tipping the scales that would just be the tip of the iceberg. What you Alexandrians, you ratepayers are poised to do is completely get rid of what you got in place right now. If it ain't working as of right now, put it on your list to get rid of it in November. That's why I'm saying these meetings ain't just about passing information. This is about finding your tribe. And a few people are there to be spies for other folks. But the rest of these people that are serious about this work, they dead serious about the business. They dead serious about the business. If they went through the trouble of organizing a meeting, et cetera, they dead set on handling the business. When you got Brother Steve McGee showing up, you got Brother Malcolm and Ed and Jules showing up. Oh yeah, them people there on business. Anytime you see Power Coalition, them people ain't there on accident. They there on purpose. They there on purpose. And I'm glad that we still maintain that relationship with Alexandria and the Power Coalition, because Jack almost ruined it permanently. That's exactly what they wanted. He said 517 black people have turned out to early vote in Rapides Parish so far. But you got to remember, that's 517 parish wide, which ain't that good, but it's decent compared to the. Do you have any numbers to compare that to? Last early voting period.
Talk about
Find
me. What happened?
find out, Mr.
I'm
Brown.
talking
Can
to
you
Brother
find out the
Brown.
population of
No, I just want
Rafi
to compare it
Parish?
to last year.
I don't care. I'm not talking to
I'm
you.
comparing it to last year because the population doesn't matter. The voter turnout does.
Excuse me. I'm not talking to you, Mr. Brown.
That's
Would you
fine,
find
but
that
I
out for me?
already had a question in place.
What was
I
Ma'am,
don't
the
you're gonna
care.
have to wait
question?
your turn.
I don't care.
You're
I
gonna
don't
have to
care.
wait your turn.
I don't care.
Point of order. Point of order.
What's the point of order?
My
Shut
point
the,
is.
be
My
quiet.
point is. What was the question?
I said, what was the? Can we get the numbers from last year about early voter turnout for the last election? She
Yeah,
wants to
but
go. She
I'm not on
wants to
my
compare
computer
it to the black population. That doesn't matter. I'm trying to find out how many people voted last time versus how many people voted this time.
this time. Early voting.
Yes, ma'am.
You got to go to the.
I'm not going.
I'm on my phone, so I can't go. It's gonna take me a second.
Where's it at? Secretary of State?
It'll take me a second. Let's see who get there first.
No, I'm not racing you.
All right,
No, you
then.
can race Miss Alita. She wanted to know some shit too.
Handle your business.
What you want to know? Hello, Miss Alita, are you there?
She probably on mute and can't get off.
She playing games. Okay. All right.
I'm researching.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I can't unmute her. I wish I could. I mean, just imagine having a supermajority on the council and having the mayor.
Exactly.
It wouldn't be. You talking about Cheatham Park 2030 win. It's gonna be 2020 tomorrow. Nigga, that's when it's gonna be. Well, you just can't do those things. We've got things worked out. Oh, y'all worked out backroom deals. And so that's the reason why y'all can't afford it. Okay, cool. Wish you would have said that from the jump. And when does early
So
voting end?
looking at it, hold on, give me a second. So let me go to 2025. I'm hoping that early voting will be on there. Early voting ends next Saturday.
This Saturday?
Next Sat. Well, yeah, this Saturday. Sorry, this Saturday. It started this past Saturday when Riverfed was going on. I
Right.
made a video on YSKT just to show people how fast it was. I was literally at the lights. I made a turn and parked. A hands free, by the way. Had some trolls come through and completely try to distract y'all from the fact it took me about 7 minutes to go in and out. And also, if you're no party, you have to select if you want a Democratic ballot or a Republican ballot, and they'll make you sign for it twice. So yeah, it was fast. It was easy.
Hold on. Okay, can y'all hear me now? Hello? Oh, everybody on mute. Damn. Fine.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes. Yes.
What's going on with the video? You playing it?
Do what?
You playing the video?
Yeah.
I don't hear nothing.
You got to go out and come back in.
Oh.
Mr. Leader, you still there? Okay, yeah. Tell Miss Lita I already sent her the note. The next time I send her a note, I'm gonna just remove her.
Excuse me, do what now? I wish you wouldn't remove me. Don't you let me.
Yeah.
I wish you would.
Is that our homegirl? Is that the one? Is that old girl?
Who?
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's Miss. I think her name on Facebook is it
Christos. Yeah,
Goddess?
Goddess Christos.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's good to see her out in the community. I don't know exactly what she said, but good to see her involved. There you go. All right, so
Just keep going until
Shamir.
Just fast forward until we hear something.
I'm just saying, Shamir,
I'm getting
don't do
there.
that no
I'm
more.
getting there. Fast forward, please. Thank you.
He did say that.
Yeah, so then she was asking the question since Mr. Ed was there. She was asking about what Caffrey said that the road, thing that she was talking about or the
About
problem.
Eddie Williams.
Yeah, she said that was that a state thing. And remember when Michael Caffrey said that it was?
Mm-hmm.
So she asked Mr. Ed why he was there, and he did confirm, yes, that is a state thing. He said that no, they will not be putting cameras up there. Not Eddie Williams. He didn't say Eddie Williams. He was just saying on the high. They were kind of going back and forth about the fact who owns what, pretty much. But the answer was the state.
Gary Johnson did say that. That's what he said.
Is that my dog, Dr. Bowles? Is that Dr.
Yeah,
Bowles right
she
there?
was there. I sat next to Miss Bowles, Dr. Bowles.
Oh, that's my dog. Hey, listen, Dr. Bowles, the truth.
He could not give us cameras over there to stop the racing. He couldn't help fix the problem. That it was an egg rather than a problem. It was a state rep problem. So my state rep here, so I want to ask him. That's what he said. He said he said it was state rep. So you're not state rep. We asked because there's racing going on. People are complaining. They were complaining about the law and more cameras on the highway and more patrol. He said that was not a city problem. He couldn't put police there. He couldn't put cameras up. He couldn't do anything. That Eddie Williams and that highway was an area of a big problem. Yes. I'm not talking to DOT. That's a DOT problem. That's a money problem. This goes on to the vote. I'll talk to CDT, I'm in the process of talking to them. I'm maybe to work something out, I may not. You're correct. That's not city. So even putting cameras up there, that's it. Sure. I don't know if we'll put cameras. Oh, like even with Eddie Williams, though. We're looking at a barrier, but we don't normally put the state.
Okay, what is he saying? Oh,
What?
they gave y'all spoiling her. Y'all gave her the answer. Why'd y'all give her the answer? She could have looked it up herself.
They were just talking back and forth about if they were going to put cameras. So just keep going. Thank you.
So for the racing, the safety, so my question to you is Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, that's what I was confused. He said that the city couldn't help us with the problem.
All right, wrap that up for me.
Just keep going. You can fast forward if it have the gun.
Very, very engaging, very engaging. Are there any more questions? If you don't know, Alexandria Police Department is 60 plus officers down. It's more like 70, but I'm just being honest when I say 60. And those funds are still being allocated to the police department for those positions. So that money is just sitting there. And we don't have a PIO like Grafton Parish Sheriff Department. If something happens with the Grafton Parish Sheriff Department, come call out, you usually get the report out to the, on behalf of the Grafton Parish Sheriff Department in a timely fashion. We don't get that in the city of Alexandria. So I'm going to ask the council, since city of United, to put an ordinance in place, a resolution to make sure that we get a PIO and information to the public in a timely fashion. Because I was going to see on East Sycamore, on West Sycamore, they had two scenes just in the same 200 block. That was like last week. And the chief of police was right there, and I asked him if he had any comments or any statement, or is the citizens say it's just an ongoing threat to the community?
All right. Hold on. Okay. The sound went out.
It did. Oh, okay.
Somebody must have called her. You must have got a notification.
No, it was just bad to pick up signal. They only had one speaker in there.
Yeah, it was that was a bad idea.
But Mr. Stephen Chalk was talking about having a PIO officer, public information officer, and putting it in an ordinance for that.
Well, Jock is going to stop that because Jock has already got. You know, Jim Smiley is the public information officer. So Jock is going to put up a big fight about that. Now, oh, she must can't hear.
I hear loud and clear. What's up?
No, she can't hear. That's why she left. Let me see. All right. That was pretty much that meeting in a nutshell. You said they talked a lot about the Gator thing. What was that about?
Oh yeah. A lot of people had questions about the Gator thing and the mayor's veto and what will be happening at the meeting tomorrow. And they said that Mr. Jules Green noted that he would what's the word, y'all, he would adjourn the meeting if the mayor did not speak on item F, I believe, which is the veto for Gator. He said he would adjourn the meeting. So there would not be a meeting.
Yeah.
People had a lot of questions about the Gator thing. They had questions about the Weiss and Gold Ring building and why it's been vacant over 30 years. Mr. Malcolm Lauderdale made a mention that The Gator building, I'm sorry, the West and Goring building has been vacant over 30 plus years. And it was donated to the city around 2016, 2017, and it's still been vacant. So he noted that he never had an issue with that building being developed, but that building has been vacant almost 10 years. So that's where the problem lies. And also, Mr. Stephen McGee said that that building is not building ready. Building ready means that he gave examples of it, like there's no, um, the stuff out the ceiling. There's the concrete is laid, walls are up. That's ready to him. So they discussed those issues, and someone asked about was there mediation, and Mr. Malcolm said no, that the administration did not have anyone meet with them during that time frame.
All right, hold on. All right, so I don't know. I don't know what to make of this just yet. But no, I'm not going to announce it just yet. But I will share it. I don't even know. There's nothing to announce. I'm gonna just share the information as it came to me just now. So it's important that we get out and vote, right? Because this is the Delta Sigma Theta sorority social action committee's ballot. You got to vote on the entire ballot, state Supreme Court, which I don't believe that we can. The senator's race has been suspended, I believe, and power and
U.S.
our
Senate
voice.
is on the ballot.
Huh?
U.S. Senate is on the ballot.
Okay, there you go then.
You can vote for it, but I think it's not going to be called until
yeah, they're not going to count those votes until
November, I think, or something like that.
Okay.
Something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
As you can see, there are a ton. There's more than just tomfoolery going on. More than just Sunday fun day. There's look, it's not us. I promise you, it's not us.
So I want to talk about something else real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because that's not relevant what you're talking about right now.
Oh, now I can show you relevant. If you want to be relevant, I can show you relevant. Hold on.
What?
3 seconds.
Oh man, my battery low. Hold up, let me get my charger.
Well, no, you might not have 3 seconds here. Let me hurry up and show you. Show you relevant. You want to find out what relevant is too? Okay. Welcome back to the show. Are you relevant? Hello?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Oh no,
wait a
we
minute.
Don't wait. Oh no, we don't wait.
We
don't do no waiting.
You wait.
We don't do no waiting.
Okay. So I want to talk about, and I said it earlier before we went live. I want to talk about how this really, everything that's going on. I want someone's opinion on how are they feeling? Excuse me. I'm talking not only us, our opinion. I want to also talk about the people in the audience in our chat. Tell me how you guys are feeling right now with everything that's happening. How are you guys?
That's not a specific question.
Tavares, when you're talking, I don't disturb you. I go on mute. Okay? So my question is to Mr. Scott and anybody else who's in here, the 6 people, 7 people that's in here, just kind of put in the chat, how are you feeling about what's going on right now? Tell me how you guys are taking what's happening. You too, Miss Shamir. You can talk to
Mm.
anybody. So and as I'm gonna talk because the silence kills me sometimes. When we think about how would we have felt before the Voters' Rights Act was put in place, how do you think? I think that a lot of us would have been scared. I think a lot of us wouldn't have went and voted or registered to vote. I think a lot of us wouldn't have a lot of bravery that our ancestors or the ones before us who paved the way. I think a lot of us wouldn't have the gumption. And because we talk a good game, but I think a lot of us would have been afraid to stand up to what was going on. And I say this because a lot of times if you listen to the history of during that era, how people were literally afraid. They were being watched. They were being told on if they even thought about talking about, if they even was sitting in a room and they were talking and they even talked about registering to vote. People target them. Now just imagine that same thing going on today. Don't you think sort of some of that is still happening today? Like when we use social media, how people report you when you say certain things. They say it's quote unquote algorithms, but I don't believe it's algorithms. I believe people are listening and I believe people are reporting that way. Because now, I mean, when you look at who owns everything now, when it comes to surveillance, when it comes to these platforms that we're on, that it's easy for someone to be listening in on your show or your whatever you're doing. It's not hard now. They can listen through the phones. They can listen through your computers, your webcams, your cameras, everything. So I don't always believe it's algorithms. I believe that it's actually someone literally sitting around who has a job to report what they hear. Yeah, apathy and ignorance is real. Not knowing who to trust. Yeah, that's right. It's very draining. But that's when our discernment is supposed to kick in, Mr. Brown, and understanding and don't take it. I'll tell you guys, I am very weary of everybody. I'm not trustworthy of anybody. And not to say anybody, I'm saying that towards you guys. I'm saying I just listen to words people say. I listen when people say certain things. And like I told you guys before, I watch where they move at, the atmosphere they move in. And that tells me a lot about who they're connected to. And when I see who they're connected to, that's when I can step away from them and know that that person is not going to be a good person to be around. When you figure that out, and I think that's probably what we're feeling, you guys, Mr. Brown, I really, really believe a lot of us are drained. And I believe a lot of us, we want to fight, but we've been fighting so long that we don't have it. Because if you noticed how the talk is now, the talk is not the momentum we would have had back in the day. It's there, but it's not like it used to be. That fire is not there. And I think it has a lot to do with we've become so interconnected. See, back then, we weren't connected that much because they didn't want to be around us. We didn't want to be around them. So we weren't really tightly connected with the bull crap. But now we've become interconnected because we work with them, right? We go to school with them. Our children are interacting with us because, again, we did away with segregation. So when we did the integration, it kept on generation all the way up till now. So we're so intermingled with them. It gives a different flavor on how we go about doing what we're trying to do, or trying to make a difference, or trying to help our people. It's hard. It really is, because everybody is so intertwined in this system. So integration, and I'm not saying nobody to separate if you don't want to, but do we understand the damage that has been done to us because of this? And understand if we had our own, we wouldn't even have to be worried about what they're doing or how they're dealing with us or how everything is set up. We wouldn't even have to worry about that because we already know how we're going to be moving. We just got to protect what we got. We don't have to see here nowadays. We can't do that because everything is intertwined. We work for them, right? Remember back then, we could work for ourselves or we could work for other people look like us. Nowadays, that's not always feasible. Not to say that it cannot happen. It can, and it is happening. But a lot of the jobs, a lot of the corporations are not owned by people who look like us, the people that we work for. We don't own hospitals. So there's no nurses and doctors working in Black-owned hospitals, right? So there's a lot of things. Black banks, when you think about banks, we don't have a lot of banks. I think it might be 25 to 35 banks in the United States that are Black-owned. So they only can employ a limited amount of people. So think about it from that standpoint where we actually have employees and we have corporations that are actually Black. We don't even have that. And then now it's against the law to only hire your own. Now, back then, before it was, everybody was ignoring it. It was all right for them to have all their own color. But now it's an issue. And they call that reverse discrimination. I guess that's what they call it. But the ideal now, it's like, I think, and I was on this panel the other night, and the young lady said, and it's kind of got to me when she said it, she said, it may be too late. And let me say before you jump up and say, oh, no, don't say that. She was saying because of our mindset, it may be too late because we're so entrenched. And like I said, interconnected, it may be too late in that sense. Not that the fight is too late, but the ideal that we sat back and we got comfortable. We don't have no problem with them as long as they don't bother us, as long as they don't impede on us. But they've been impeding on us in every opportunity they had. Socially, they've been impeding on us. Economically, they've been impeding on us. And a lot of us are not even paying attention to how it's taking place and how dangerous it has become for us. So we have to figure out from here on out how we're going to move. That's what we got to figure out, how we're going to move from here. What ways can we, as a people, we can vote. There's nothing wrong with us saying voting. But what do we do after that? Because this is draining. This is mentally and emotionally draining. When you feel like you're putting everything in something and then you get it, you get it at the door and somebody slams the door on you. Not to say that there's other ways of going after it. I'm just saying how we're doing it right now. This is draining. And we have to understand that people are put in positions, and these people who are put in positions, we have to look at how they use their positions. And this is what bothers me about Black folks. When white folks are in charge, they take care of their own. When Black people are in charge, they have to take care of everybody. That bothers me. That gets in my craw. Because my thing is, why is it that it's all right for them to be exclusive, but when it comes to us, we're forced to be inclusive? That bothers me. So when we can get a leader or get someone in charge that makes us priority, no matter who, because believe it or not, I made a comment, I put a statement on earlier on Facebook, and I said, did you guys know that white Democrats don't necessarily always vote for Black Democrats candidates. They'll vote for another white, or they'll change parties and vote, or they don't have to change parties. They just vote for a Republican white person. They don't necessarily vote for a black candidate. Now, saying that lets me know that we have to have that same mindset, because they do. So why can't we have that same mindset when we get into a position of leadership? Why can't we take care of our own first? Because when they get in those positions, they take care of the people who supported them first. We see it happen all the time. You see it with Jack Roy. He said the businesses told him to come back. Who do he take care of? The businesses. Who do he lie for? The businesses. That's what he does. So I'm trying to figure out, when we get in a position of power, why is it that we don't do the same thing when it comes to the people who put you in power? We need to change that whole narrative. Because I promise you this, if it was me, excuse me, and I ran for a position, and what I ran on had something to do with Black folks, you can guarantee you, when I get in that seat, I promise you, I will be taking care of my Black folks first. That's just an automatic. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if I have to do it by myself. I'll stand there by myself, 10 toes down, and be about my Black people, period. Nobody could convince me and say, oh, well, that's about everybody. You got to take. No, I don't have to do anything but live and die. And one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make my people priority. Because they do it in our faces, y'all. And we steady try to bring everybody in.
That's
from
why
the
you
ring.
need to be president of the NAACP.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. They're not ready for me. I already said that. I told you they're not ready for me. They're not ready for me. I'm too radical. I'm way too radical. Our NAACP will be all Black.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure you're too radical?
Yes. Organizing at this time is important. We can no longer use the excuse our vote doesn't matter. None of this would be happening if our votes, the Black vote, didn't matter. They are afraid, so they're gutting our voting systems. That's right. Because they want us silent. Okay? They don't want us to talk. They keep making this comment, or they're trying to make this this rhetoric that we need to do away with all this racial stuff because it's no longer a racial problem. Yeah, it's still a racial problem. It is a big racial problem. And they're saying that because they don't want to realize that we are the shit. And I hate to say it like that. And they know if our vote, like you said, if our vote didn't matter, why do you think they're going through all this? To keep us from voting, right? Why do you think they did it back then? Because y'all, believe it or not, whether y'all understand this or not, we are in a process of taxation without representation. And like I said before, in an African-American school, in the public school system, they say that Black children fare better when they have teachers who look like them. Let me say that again. They said, according to studies that were done, that Black children fare better when they're in a classroom with someone who looks like them. They're more productive. So think about that on the level as of adults. And we don't have any type of representation when it comes to us, right? When you're telling us that we got to take and put a white person in front of us that do not have a socioeconomic issue, do not have a health issue, do not have a education issue, do not have all the issues most Black marginalized communities deal with, high crime, the whole 9 yards, bad water, food deserts. They don't deal with that in their communities. So how can you relate? How do you relate? I want to see somebody to represent me who looks like me. I'm at a disadvantage where I'm at right now because my police juror is a white man. If I was to live inside the city limits, my mayor would be a white man. So I'm at a disadvantage because they don't look like me, because we don't have a black mayor anymore in Pineville. He's gone. He's retired. And then sometimes, that's why I say we need to watch out who we put in positions, because all of a sudden these people become the saying that, okay, I'm in here for everybody. I'm in here for everybody. Well, I don't want to hear that. You can say that after you take care of us. Yeah, you can say that after you take care of us, then you can say that. But you should not say that beforehand, because the people who put you in office is not them, it's us. So that's what makes me that's how I get frustrated, because white people exercise support without making it about race. We know race is always intertwined. They market their agenda, the norm. Well, we have to make it about race, because if we don't, I mean, they don't have to say it, but we know it is. What do they call that when it's not said? And because it doesn't, Jock and Jim don't have our issues. That's right. That's right. They don't. That's right. They don't have our issues, but they're still, and then even though they don't have your issues, they don't care about your issues. Because if they cared, we wouldn't have to be hollering, we need to put their feet to the fire. We shouldn't even have to be saying that, right? If they really understood. But like I said, when Jock came back, he said the business community told him to come back. And that's who he's taking care of. That's why he has this highfalutin ideal about the Masonic corridor. That's not for us. That's for them. That has nothing to do with us. That is not going to make our quality of life any better. But it will make theirs. And that's what we have to look at. And that's why he needs to go. That's why he needs to go to the House. Give him some time off. And put somebody in there that's going to be, that people will be eager to work with. I guarantee you, if you put the right person in that seat, people from all over the place will be eager to work with them to build Alexandria like it needs to be built. I guarantee you. Because let me tell you something, a person's energy, a person's personality, that person's aura is going to attract all the right people that are going to be coming on board to make sure Alexandria is a great place. And again, I think Ms. Shamir said earlier about us really being, we are a chocolate city. No matter what nobody say, you are considered a chocolate city. You're not a minority in your state. I mean, in your city, you're not a minority. You are the majority. So that's why it's so important that we put somebody in there who's going to be fair across the board for us. I'm saying for us. I'm not saying for anybody else. I'm saying for us. I understand every vote counts. But if that vote of Black folks override any other color of votes for that candidate, then that person needs to start with that group first, which is us. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. So I'm off my soapbox. So go ahead and you can play your video.
Manganese, and our records indicate that we didn't have any issues with iron or manganese in 2024. It includes long-term infrastructure.
You need to turn that up.
That Shreveport received an F grade on its water system. So let me start with the most important point, and I'm going to say it clearly. Our water is safe to drink. This grade is about infrastructure, not safety. So there is nothing that you need to do differently at your home with respect to your water. We take this grade seriously. I'm not here to explain it away, but I am here to give you, the citizens, the context and clarity of the grade. This score is not a measure of what comes out of your tap. It includes long-term infrastructure conditions, policy factors, and how systems like ours are evaluated at the state level. Shreveport manages more than 1,100 miles of water lines, much of it aging. That reality weighs heavily on this grade. At the same time, much of the drop this year came from scoring factors like federal compliance categories and administrative interpretations, not a sudden change in the safety of your drinking water. We are addressing these issues head on and have already begun. And we have already been doing this for several years. We have active projects, ongoing upgrades, and a long-term plan to modernize our system. You deserve clear information, not just a letter grade. So today we're going to walk you through what this score actually measures, what it means and doesn't mean, and what we're doing about it. Let's look at the grade by the numbers. In 2024, we received a D grade. Now, I will tell you that we received that grade after we objected to the inclusion of 10 points for the existence of an administrative order that, in our opinion, doubled our score. The same thing happened this year, and I'll go through that a little bit later. If you notice, all of our missing points are in the federal water quality category, and I'm going to go through what those mean and how they are addressed. In addition to that, we had secondary contaminant deduction of 5 points. We take issue with that, and we are working with the Louisiana Department of Health, or LDH, to address that issue. That has to do with iron and manganese, and our records indicate that we didn't have any issues with iron or manganese in 2025. Those happened in 2023 and 2024. So we believe we should not have been deducted there. Most of the categories remain stable. There is a 5-point deduction for financial stability, sustainability, and I'm going to cover that in a few minutes. There are 3 issues that give you the full picture. Water quality, which is direct measurements of safe drinking water and treatment. Nothing in this report, nothing in this grade has to do with the safety of the drinking water that flows to the people of Shreveport. Infrastructure realities. We have 1,100 miles of pipe, and a lot of that is very old. This is something that has been creeping up on us literally for decades, and it will be a while before we're able to address these things successfully, although we are well on the way to doing that, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Administrative mandates, documentation, and subjective grading. I'm going to go over a couple of things that have to do with these regulations and what we believe is an incorrect interpretation of some of the regulations that would give us a better grade. Okay, so let's contextualize the actual score. We got a 45. 15 of those points are for deductions for TTHMs, and that's a very scientific term, and I'm not going to try and pronounce it. Just know that they're TTHMs, and we had one incident in June of 2025 that existed for about 2 weeks. We found it, we immediately fixed it. One of the additional things you should know is after we fixed it, we purchased equipment so that if it should happen again, and it hasn't, if it should happen again, we'll be able immediately to fix the problem. The issue comes in that during that 2 weeks, we had a significant issue. It did not affect the safety of your water. It was still safe to drink the entire time. But as a result of it, they take averages. And we ended up with 15 points deducted for a single incident. If you rationalize that to the fact that we really should have only had a 5-point deduction. Now, the regulations that I'm not suggesting that LDH did not apply their regulations. It happens that those regulations do not make sense in the context of a single incident for which we were penalized 3 times. If you take away the deduction for manganese, which we believe did not occur during 2025, that's an additional 5 points. And then the administrative order. Let me explain that. We've been under an administrative order for several years that says you have to do these things by certain dates. We have been in compliance with that administrative order, with the dates in that administrative order the entire time. And we were in compliance with that administrative order the entirety of 2025. Nonetheless, because we have an administrative order, even though we're in compliance, we were deducted 10 points. If you add those points back, you get an adjusted score of 70, which would be a C, not an F. The regulations state that you get a 10-point deduction for non-compliance with an administrative order. It is our position that we were at all times in compliance with the administrative order. Therefore, that 10 points should not have been deducted. In addition, you should know that this system was put into place for the first time for the calendar year 2023. It has not been adjusted, although there have been now three years of experience. One of the things that you should know is we get penalized on the number of complaints, not the relative number of complaints. And what that means is, as the slide reflects, if we have a small number of complaints, it affects us the same way if we had the same number of complaints, but we were a system 10% the size of the Shreveport system. We think that that's not a good regulation, but it is the regulation and we operate under. So there's no standardization for system size. There's additional 5 points deducted from us for financial sustainability. We have been required to conduct a water rate study. Now, most of you know that our water rates are already high, and we already have resistance to increases in water and sewer rates. As a matter of fact, our sewer rates, because of the consent decree, have increased about 175% in the last 10 years.
I know people are probably wondering why we're watching this, but you have no idea how interesting this is when we're only talking about Shreveport. We're not talking about Baton Rouge. We're not talking about no dumped off place. We're talking about Shreveport, a place that's twice the size of Alexandria, right? And here they are, the same test that Alexandria is about to have to go through with the LDH. Here they are with a failing grade. They have an F. They have an F in the city of Shreveport. And if they have an F, just imagine the grade that Alexandria would get. And they're being penal. Okay, so again, this was started in 2023. That means the first report came out in 2024. The second report came out in 2025. They haven't gotten to the third report yet, right? So that's why we're heavy on you guys getting the information to us about the brown water. Because if we miss the 2026 window, then nobody will ever know how bad this water is. If we don't start saying something and start putting some type of motion behind getting this brown water cleaned up judicially, legally in a courtroom arena, because obviously it's not going to happen from inside City Hall. So again, this is different from your mayor. At least this mayor tries to explain away stuff with evidence, right? And he's trying, but they got themselves in a little bit of a pickle, because once you fail one of those exams and they put you on that remediation thing, you're gonna be docked 10 points until you get off there, until you meet the requirements. And you should be. You should be. You should be docked 10 points every year until you've redone your system. And the only thing I don't like is that he's trying to minimize the damage that this potentially has done. But that just goes to show you that we all have bad water. And that the taking care of water is definitely something that everybody don't have to deal with, because you can get a water filtration system that comes in, it treats the water before it even gets in your house. And you'll never have to ever worry about what color the water is. But of course you have to own your house first. Right? So it's like, you solve one problem, they come up with another problem, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But I definitely wanted to share this with y'all. Now, this is how this mayor is reacting to people having reports of brown water, or bad water, period. Right? This is his response to getting a bad letter grade from LDH. Jock would never. He's not humble enough.
But Jock got an A the last time.
Jock got an A because there are no complaints. They didn't tell you about the complaints. And that's what he explained in the beginning. This whole system is based off complaints. That's why there's no, for those of you that's still trying to find how to use Alex Connect and report brown water, you better report that shit to LDH directly, because it's going in one ear and out the other if you put it on that damn Alexandria Connects app. Because you've been telling them it's been brown water. You've been telling them where it's at. Why would it change because it's inside of an app now? It doesn't. Also, I do want to remind everybody, clan hunting season is year round. Clan hunting season is year round.
I know my law. Please, hey, don't tell me, Shawty. Don't tell me. I have it, sir. Don't tell me. Don't tell me, boy.
This right here, a picture of the owner of Percy and Willis grabbing on me after I asked him not to touch me 30,000 times. Him and the manager got a touching problem. I felt very uncomfortable in this situation. I was surrounded by a lot of angry men, and they all had pocket knives. Not to mention, they kept touching me. Look at him leaning on me, pushing me with his stomach. Y'all not supposed to do that. I had to get him off of me, so I pushed him off of me. Once again, I told him to get off of me. And look, he's still leaning in for body contact. Ooh, sir. All I wanted to do was give my food review. I only weigh 100-something pounds, sir. You can't be pushing and leaning on me like that. Let me show you how it all began, though. Who's up?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. We at Percy and Willis in Florence, South Carolina. We just gonna see what's going on. Who's up? Damn, though, they say all the way I'm hungry right now.
It's a server that's willing to take you just because it's you.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's get it then. Yeah. Silverware. They already starting out bad. Sweet tea.
Sweet tea?
Yeah. You say y'all out of the what?
Prime roast sandwich.
No tip. I ended up ordering the baby back ribs. Let's see how this restroom look. That shit probably dirty as hell.
Pretty clean, pretty clean. I don't got too much to say about that. Who's up? What's that?
Remember him? That's the manager that kept pushing me with his stomach. He didn't seem that mad just then. He asked me how I'm doing and everything. Who's up?
How you doing, baby guy? Yeah. What's that about, man? This bar packer than a motherfucker.
All right, now, y'all. Time to bring the popcorn out.
Please meet me at the front door.
Huh?
Come to the front door with me.
Who, you?
I'm asking you to come to the front door.
Oh, yeah, come on.
See, I thought he wanted to talk some business until I noticed his facial expression and body language.
Who you with?
I'm the manager. Please come to the front door.
Oh, you the manager?
Yes,
What
sir.
you want me to come to the front door for?
I'm asking you to leave the business.
Why?
We don't allow videoing in here.
Y'all heard that? This man said call the police. Man, I only said why.
Okay. I don't allow video in here. Please go to the front door.
Why you don't allow
I'm
video
asking
in
you to
there?
leave. Please leave.
Man, shout it.
Sir?
Man, shout it. That's
I'm
why I was
asking you
saying,
to
why
leave.
you acting like that? You could
I'm
have asked
asking
me
you to
better.
leave.
You could have asked me better
Do
than
you mind
that.
leaving? I've asked you to go to the front door.
Yeah, I don't care about leaving.
Sir?
You could have asked me better than that. That's what I'm
Please go to
saying.
the front door.
At this moment right here, my whole life reflecting in front of me. I feel like they want to get me locked up. Cause peep this, we won't even talking for 15 seconds. And he already been calling the police. And guess what? I never said no. I had to take a deep breath. Tell you right now, what's up?
Hey, watch that. Care about your shit anyway, boy. I buy solidify. I fuck with Percy and Willis. That's the crazy part about it.
Please
So
go,
why would you kick me out anyway? Was I in
I'm asking you to leave.
what was I doing wrong?
I asked you to leave.
What did I do wrong? I literally
There you
came in here, sat down, ordered my food, and did nothing wrong.
Videoing of the parks.
Okay, then why didn't you just say no video? I would have stopped
To the
videoing.
front door.
I would have stopped
I
videoing.
asked you to come to the
But
I
front
would have
door.
stopped
can you
videoing.
stop it for just one second?
And I would have stopped video.
Okay. So think about this. Why didn't they put that sign on the door in the front at the front door? That they don't
because
do.
there's another part to this story. We're gonna finish this part.
Okay.
And I just got the update like not even 10 minutes ago. That's why I'm even playing it. But you're gonna see why. You're gonna see why.
Why would you have to kick me out?
I'm the owner, and you need to
Okay, I
leave. I'm
understand
gonna
that.
put you in jail.
Oh, I won't go to jail.
Today.
I promise you I won't. I promise you.
You see these Peckerwoods?
Yeah. Yeah.
You see these you see how they act
But
when
this
they
is
have control, when they feel like they're in control of the situation?
yeah.
Just imagine that's just a stinking ass restaurant. Just imagine when they have full control of the council, or when they have when you're walking into their businesses, right? And you see there's black employees there.
Mm-hmm. Well, because we don't have businesses to employ those black employees. That's another problem.
And then on top of that, they got to keep it quiet. They can't
Yeah.
even be upset about what's going on.
Yep. To keep their jobs. Yep. And that's in South Kakalaki.
Well, I know my law.
Please
Don't
go.
touch me, Charlie.
Please go.
Don't touch me.
I haven't, sir.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me, boy. Don't touch me, dog. I'm telling you. Shit'll get real in this bitch, boy. Don't do it.
I'm just walking up.
Don't do it. Don't touch me, boy.
You understand?
Man, I'm telling you.
Ma'am,
boy,
don't
shit
touch me.
really listen.
Don't touch me.
I walk out. I'm gonna
You
walk
send the
out.
police immediately.
I'm gonna leave.
Joe.
I'm gonna leave.
Immediately. He's already assaulted me right in my face.
You see that?
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
You think Jim Ballard won't hesitate to pull that card? You think Lizzie Felter won't hesitate to play that card?
Wow. That man didn't touch him. He walked up on him.
They both did.
Yeah.
Y'all just hear the owner of Percy and Willis lying to the police.
Ain't nobody assault you, boy. You on candy camera. That's how innocent people get locked up right there. If I didn't have my own evidence, he would have swore up and down I hit him. Screaming assault, really? You
But I do gotta admire the black people in the background. They are getting the kick out of this.
sound like a little girl. Ooh,
she been pouring that same cup of water for 10 minutes. Yeah, he's like, finally somebody got on his ass.
He's already assaulted me right in my face.
Man, shawty, you on camera, boy.
I got
You on camera.
You on cameras too?
Yeah, did I assault you?
Yeah.
Man, all right.
Yeah.
I will sue you.
Sir.
Don't lie, don't lie. I will sue you. Don't lie. Don't lie, boy.
Calling me a boy now?
Boy!
Oh, I love how you did that. That is too damn funny.
He sounds just like they would sound. He sound just like they would sound. Exactly.
Uh-huh.
You calling
Now
me
you
a
see how
boy?
I feel to be called a boy.
Don't lie, boy. Y'all yelling at me.
Hey, time to go.
let me get the fuck out of
You
here
wanna
before I
call him the
flip
N-word
this
so
shit. He on the
bad,
phone
y'all?
telling lies to the police.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. They tripping for no reason. I don't know what's wrong with him. He tweaking. I don't know what's wrong with him. He tweaking, buddy. Yeah, everybody love me in here. You can't stop me.
That's how you supposed to do it. It don't matter what's going on. You show love to your people when you see these Peckerwoods accosting your people and your people are walking away, or you telling your people to let that shit ride. Because sometimes we can't get involved with everything. Some of these games these Peckerwoods play, they gonna win. Some of these games they play, they gonna win, but they not gonna win them all.
But you know what I would have done watching how this turned out? I would have got my purse and whoever else with me, and I would have paid the tab whether I finished my food or not. I wouldn't even take the food with me. I would have left up out of there. That's just me.
You ain't lying. I would have got up and
I
left.
would have left up out of there right behind him. I sure would have.
And I would have
I don't
went
know
right
if
on
Caleb
Google
is watching.
and left a good old review.
That's
Caleb
right.
B
There you
just
go.
dropped me the they just dropped me the report card for Sinlaw for the water. After I get done with that, I'm gonna go over that.
Okay. But anyway, like I was saying, I would have packed my little stuff I wouldn't even take their food with me. And I will let them know you will get a bad review. And I will tell everybody that I know to stay away from this restaurant. Because you got to look at what happened, how they did the little tendernizing guy, whatever it's called, tenderoni guy. That man's suffering. Destination Smokehouse.
Yeah,
He's
Destination
suffering.
Smokehouse. Yeah,
He's suffering.
he
That's
had to
what you
come out
got
with
to
a whole
do.
new product called
Yup.
Bite Off the Bone, whatever.
Yeah.
See,
That's
the
what
thing
you
is,
do.
it's not supposed to be tender. It's been tender this whole time,
Yeah. Yeah. But now it's not
but
supposed
now
to
it's
be.
not supposed to be. Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. You ruin them. I said you got to go through that pocket. They don't understand nothing else. They understand that green. That's what they understand.
Love. Everybody love me here, shout it.
That's another one.
Yeah, okay. We gonna see. Everything on camera, buddy.
It's
Everything on camera, buddy.
Right?
Yeah, everything on camera, buddy. I would never go to jail. You want back out the door. You want me to go to jail?
Out
You want me to go? You touching me? No, I'm touching the door. You touching me?
You were touching
Why you
me.
touching me? Why is you on me? Why is you on me?
I'm
You
done.
gotta make me type up in this bitch. I ain't touched nobody. So don't touch me, child.
Look at him, still grabbing me, still touching me. You don't supposed to be touching me. I'm walking out. You invading my personal space.
That's why I was saying fuck off me when I was pushing you. Get off me.
Fuck off me.
I hate when they do that. They lean on you and they antagonize you, talking about when you react, you talking about some whoa, hey, whoa, guys, whoa, what are you doing? I'm reacting to you
And
being
the thing
all up
is,
on me
he
like
was
you want to
he
love
was
me or something.
he was trying to beef them up. He was trying to give them. That's what I don't understand.
But guess
Well,
what? What I don't understand is why they so scared to touch us now, but they hung us like
They
crazy at
should.
the beginning.
They didn't mind
So
cutting off
what's
We
the
parts of
grew
our
up in
difference?
a
body.
restaurant called
Look how
Percy
they like they did Emmett
and
Till. They
we
went to
closed
his
down for
house. Like they
Exactly.
did Emmett Till. They went to his house, dragged him out of his bed, and killed him.
Yep.
but yeah, but you know what? They knew that man would have put both of them boys on their ass, and anybody else would have came with
I
them.
was waiting on it, and I was gonna donate to that GoFundMe. I don't give
Sure
a
was.
dang on. I swear I was.
We grew up on this restaurant called Percy and Willie's, and it closed down for a while, kind of during COVID, and now it's back open, and we're trying it for the first time. We are so excited, and we're going to give you our best review. What do you think?
Pretty good.
Hold on now, Percy and Willis. I thought y'all said nobody could record in that raggedy summer bit. See, I knew y'all was up to some bullshit. I just couldn't quite put my finger on. But see, now my finger's all the way on it. I knew y'all motherfuckers was racist over there. I knew it. See, y'all let them went all up and through that motherfucker, and then they said they was raised up eating at the restaurant. Is it because he didn't say he was raised up eating over there? Is that why y'all ain't want him to record up in there? See, that's what y'all asses get. I hope they give y'all the worst reviews and have y'all with 0 stars left over there on that motherfucker. Cause y'all wrong. Talking about some don't allow cameras and they just all just a lollygagging all up in there. Whoa, what's the difference? What's the difference, Percy and Willis? What is the difference? I mean, am I talking to myself? Am I talking to it? Am I basically like beating the dead horse over here? Yeah, y'all go ahead. I mean, I want y'all to run them reviews, slap to the ground, take them down to a 0. Nasty bastards.
We grew up
Now,
on this.
guess what else, y'all? Guess what else? I
Right.
realized that Black people support more white businesses and organizations than they do any other. When
Say
we
that.
ask
Wait.
Black people to
Say that again, sister girl. Say that again.
Black people support more white businesses and organizations than they do any other business. So when we ask for you all to boycott certain businesses, we still see y'all making TikToks and videos and y'all all up in it. And our dollar is the mighty dollar. I've heard Miss Salita say the mighty dollar before. But our dollar is the mighty dollar, especially in Rapides Parish in Alexandria. We could shut this mug down if we wanted to.
Yep. Say that again, sister girl. We sure can.
We can shut
Sure
this
can.
mug down.
Because lots of times they go other places to spend their money. They don't necessarily have to spend their money here because they have opportunity. The reason why a lot of us spend our money here because we don't have the transportation, we don't have the ways and means to go outside of Alexandria, other than Pineville and the local areas. Okay? So we have to spend our money here. They don't have to. They can go Lafayette and Shreveport and Texas and all those other places and eat and spend their money and give them their taxpayer money. They don't have to spend their money here. We're not always that fortunate.
Brother Kevin said their Google rating is a 2.1 right now.
Oh, wow. 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 That video probably contribute to that too. I told you we had I told you that. We had an A rating.
How do you get A with brown water?
Because they test it in certain areas, probably.
Yeah. They don't test it all the way all over. They test it in certain areas.
Points deducted for federal violations, which include treatment technique and maximum containment level violations, may pose public health risk over an extended period of time. Max of 30 points. Points deducted for state violations, which include these you only get deducted if somebody complains.
Yeah, because that's what the lady said the last time. She said they weren't getting no complaints from Alexandria.
Right. So
without the complaints,
we're not gonna get another grade until next year. And this time that we're in order to get the state to recognize what's going on, you guys are gonna have to make those complaints.
Now, another thing, I just want to hop in on this. What if people were complaining to the city, but the city wasn't complaining to the state?
That's why he has you complaining to the app.
Straight to the state. Yeah, you complain straight to the state.
That's why he wants you to use Alex Connects, because those reports never make it to the state, and they may even fix it for that one person.
But that's why you need to call LDEQ, Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality. You have to call them directly. They have a number, because the lady sat there and told us that. She said they did not have any complaints.
Look.
From the city of Alexandria.
Look, points deducted for infrastructure deficiencies. You mean to tell me that there are we just had an entire system cave in over there off of off of Broadway, and it flooded the whole street. That was last year, a year before last. You got entire whole sewer systems. The reason why the water is brown is because the pipes are bad.
Mr. Brown said that water was tested in West Alexandria.
In people's house. So how did we pass this? Because we had a perfect infrastructure? What? What are you talking about?
You remember when he said that the brown water for a lot of people could be, they have to check with their
pipe system.
He absolutely lied
with their
about
house
that.
first.
Yeah. That's
Points
because
deducted for levels of iron and or manganese greater than the secondary maximum contaminant cause undesirable water quality issues. Look, customer satisfaction. Points deducted for customer complaints received by the water system and or Louisiana Department of Health, which are confirmed to be a water quality quantity issue in the water system. Not a single point deducted.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they're not required to report to the LDH what gets reported to them.
And because people don't know who to report to.
Yep.
But now that we know this, I'll be putting that information out there.
Yes, definitely go on LDEQ website and get that number and put it on your what's the name, and have people call in. It doesn't matter who you are. It's not like you're complaining about something that's going to affect you and your family health-wise. And you guys, with these data centers coming in here, you can guarantee you fresh water ain't gonna be flowing through your spigots, as they say back in the day, through your faucet. You'll probably get that water that's left over because they're gonna get the prime water. I'm just saying. Now, according to David, y'all got some awesome water that can be sold. Remember, he said that.
I got a clip on that too. You know they put water on the stock exchange now?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, they got water on the stock exchange. They're trading water like it's gas now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Ain't
that just came out today. I just got that a couple hours ago. They're now trading water on the stock exchange.
Yeah, that is the report from 2024. That's the last report that was done. I bet you if you ask him for 2025,
You're not gonna get that till next year.
Yeah. Yeah. But he has it. Shreveport has it. Don't Shreveport
No,
have
he's got he's
2025?
talking about the one from this year. This just came out.
Okay, so then you're gonna tell me why you won't get the one for here till next year. What sense does that make?
He doesn't have the one for next year. He has the one for this year.
Well, I'm talking okay. So he don't this is 2026, Tavares.
That's the 2025 report. You're not gonna get the 2026 report.
He said that's the same report from 2024. That's 2024.
Well, that's the report they got posted as the 2025 report.
Yeah, well, that was I remember that A+. I remember that in 2024. I don't remember that in 2025.
You wouldn't know it in 2025 because you've never seen it in 2025.
Well, then they should have it.
They have it. What are you talking about?
Never mind, Tavares.
The 2025 report is the 24 report, just like the 2023 report was a 24 report.
Gotcha.
They're
So
always
it's
a year behind.
Okay, got you. So that's what you should have said in the first doggone place.
Why would I have to say that?
Yeah, that's what you should have said.
Thank you. Because he thinks
I mean, I understood she didn't. That's all I'm gonna say.
I needed to know because it didn't make no sense if Shreveport was talking about theirs.
You understood, but she didn't. That makes perfect sense.
I'm guessing, I'm assuming, because I had looked at it on the city website. That's where you got it from? On the city website, the water card?
I remember this from 2024. I remember him bragging about the A+. That's why I said that.
No, this is the 2025. It says it right here. 2025.
Okay. So I'm guessing 2026 will come out when 2027. So I guess it's like a year behind.
Yeah, it's always a year behind.
No, I
they
bet
have
you
to
it's
do
the same
they have
thing.
to do the study first. They have to actually have the information to gather. You can't like they can't drop the 2026 report now. Because we're only 4 or 5 months into 2026. Plus all the information is not there. So naturally you would just like they have the Grammy Awards for the year before. They don't, the Grammy Awards are in February, but they're not talking about all the music that was made up until February. They're talking about all the music that was covered in that last year. The calendar year.
All they gonna do is copy and paste this whole thing.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna say.
They don't, but
that's what I believe.
The thing is, they can't just up and do that, right? Because
I believe that.
It's despite what you may believe.
Despite what I see with my eyes, and I got
despite what this is all. It has public work safety ID number that you can go on the website and you can look up the results for yourself instead of having to argue with somebody that's just reading something to you.
Who you talking to?
I'm just establishing the facts here. That's all.
We don't care. We don't care.
That's all. I just wanted to establish the facts.
We don't care.
But you can definitely go look this up for yourself. They can't copy it from last year. My only thing is that how did you get all this? And we know these things.
So obviously,
unless you got somebody, unless you bought the inspector.
This is a template, a published template at that.
Yes.
So all they do is use the plain one that they use every year and just input the information. Thank you.
They can't do that because the test results are put online outside of Alexandria. You're welcome. You're welcome. These are published on the Department of Health. It's not just the city of Alexandria thing.
I got you.
We still don't believe you.
Listen, you can believe whatever you want to believe. Here are all the test scores for everybody in the Central Louisiana area, all the water systems. So if you see, there goes the town of Colfax, they have a 67.
We don't see that. You don't have it on the screen, Mr.
Well, that's probably a good thing.
Smart ass. I know you better tune up that little attitude you got. I know that much.
Yeah, okay. Will do. I'll get right on top of
Clear
that.
conditions that is to persist going into our evening was.
So these are all the test results from all of the parishes. I mean, for all of Central Louisiana and all the waterway systems in Central Louisiana.
Anybody can read that.
I mean, I'm just showing you where it's at. New grades for water system Louisiana released by state. It's on KLAB. I think Brother Kevin has a couple other places too.
So we got an A?
Yeah, I got an A, I guess. Check out the link I sent. Hold on.
Yeah, I put the link up there. That's
He
the
said that's the same ID number from 2024 as well.
Thank
Lord
you.
Jesus. Lord
Let me see if I can-
Jesus.
So you did all that talking for nothing.
No, I did what I said. What I wanted to say. I said what
You
needed
said
to
what
be
you wanted to
said.
say. You was wrong.
We
too.
don't care.
I said what needed to be said.
Wrong. But
And
you
if
was
you don't
wrong.
like what I said, you can always find another place to be.
Oh, listen at him. He cocky,
he
ain't
wrong.
he? Oh, cocky little mother.
You know what? It's better to be me than it is to be wrong.
The data is exactly the same. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Like I
Thank
said
you.
before, it's the
Thank
same
you.
stuff. That ain't no new stuff.
Thank you.
That's old. That's what I remember when he bragged about it on 2024. Because it's the same exact thing. So the question is what the citizens should be
No,
asking.
he also said that meant that the data didn't change. So
No.
you're welcome.
No.
Again.
What they need to do
you're
is
welcome.
shut up.
Trust me,
They
it
need
ain't-
to
it
ask
ain't
for
changing.
the
We know
results
that.
of 2025. That's what they need to
Those
ask
are
for.
the results for 2025.
I don't care. Ask for it anyway.
He don't get
Then they're
what we
just going to give
saying.
you exactly what you already got.
So at least I'll have it. I'll feel safe.
Again, next year it's gonna be the same scope, probably. It's gonna be the same thing to you.
It can't be the same thing because it's too
All
many.
right.
It's too many working wheels that's around it right now.
You've been wrong twice already, so be careful.
I've never been wrong. and you know what else I've ever been wrong about? Keeping track of how many times y'all been wrong. I've been right about that every single time.
Yes, indeed.
Don't have no kids, Shamir, because they might turn out
You
like
don't
Tabar.
it ain't got nothing to do with having kids. You got to stop playing on people's top, Shamir. Don't play on nobody's top, and don't let nobody play on your top.
Play on your own top. Look,
I
Paul.
don't want to play on my top. I don't have the batteries. I don't have the social energies to do it.
Don't do it, Shamir. I'm telling you, don't do it. You get a smart ass mouth little boy that you can't
I'm
tell
putting y'all in
nothing.
timeout.
That be him thinking he right all the time.
I don't have to be right. Y'all forgetting stuff.
He
Like
can't
y'all
even
think that
practice
my
what he
attitude is
preach.
that I have to be right.
He can't
I don't
even
care
practice
about
what he
being right.
preach. He's a narcissist too.
He said he
He's
don't
a
care about
narcissist.
I
being
don't
right.
care about being right.
He's a narcissist too. He talk all that stuff about Jock Wood, but the pot calling the kettle black.
You know what? That's cool. We do need more black heroes, so I'm not going to disparage you. We do need more black stand-up people, so I'm not going to say what's on my heart to say about you.
It's too many villains in the world, huh? It's just too many goddamn villains in the world.
You know, it's been laid on my heart to say a few words.
You remind me of that Miss Salita. You know that Batman movie? What's that Joker? That's his name, Joker. The
Joker, or Riddle,
That's
the
the
Riddler.
bars. That's the bars. The one with the he got the white paint and the red nose and the green hair.
That's
the bars.
that's
And I'm
the
Batman.
Joker.
Obviously, I'm Batman.
Now, you tell me this. How did the VA get a lower score than the city.
Mm,
The VA's
damn.
in Pineville though.
No,
The VA got bad water?
no, they got one
Not
customer
not by
complaint,
judging
basically.
by Pineville's water. They said they stuff was good. I saw the post.
So he said one complaint?
No, they just customer satisfaction.
Oh.
Somebody
That means
called the state on
look, just one person. And I imagine if all the people who had brown water
It
called the
would have did
state,
it. That's
we'll
right.
have a D minus.
Well, no,
That's
what happened is you would still get the minus 10 points. Whether one person complaint, that's what the Shreveport mayor was upset
Oh,
about.
that's bull. That is complete bull.
No, I mean shit. If one person is unhappy, then shit. It
No,
seems
what I'm
like the
saying
system is
is
out of
it
whack.
only goes one. You saying that everybody doesn't count. That's what you just said, right?
No, what the Shreveport mayor said is that they weigh one complaint just like they weigh 1,000 complaints.
Yeah, that's what I
oh.
just said. So
Oh.
one complaint is one complaint. So let's say Alexandra has 250 people with the complaint of brown water. So it's still just
Then
going to
that's the
be
same.
negative
Yeah,
10,
it's the
right?
same as it weighs the same as everybody's complaining about brown water.
So it's still going to be
That's not
negative
fair.
10,
I think
right?
they need to have more
That's
coming
what
off.
I'm saying, Miss Alita. So that I thought it would be you got 250, it's gonna be negative 250. You know what I'm
No,
saying? But I guess it's
no.
not like that.
If once you
Well,
get
this
one
whole thing is
complaint,
bull then, if you ask me.
and that may be giving the Shreveport mayor a little bit of an out, right? But that still doesn't make up for the reason. Like, there's literally nobody. They're basically saying nobody complained about brown water last year. When I know for a fact we were collecting water last year.
Yep.
We were collecting water last year and we were sending it off. But that's okay. That's okay. Jock, I want you to come to the table. I know Tuesday at your briefing, you're going to jump on stage and you're going to try to do a whole little hold down behind this and the damn river, Alex Fett, whatever the fuck that shit was. And you're going to try to make it sound like it was the greatest thing ever. But I'm here to tell you, sir, you need to go ahead and tell us how much it costs. You need to break it to us. This is like, once your parents leave the kids at home for the weekend and the kids throw the party and they get caught, and the only thing the parents want to know is how much is the damages. That's what we want to know now. What's the damages? Well, how much did it cost this river fed?
And then
for the conveyor belt, scissor lifting, guitar solo to King George and his rainy day performance and the fucking sing along from Disney World. Like, I want to know how much that shit costs. I want to know how much that shit costs. Because what you put in these books, that's for next year. I want to know how much it costs. And I did figure out this much. What was I watching? Oh, I was watching something and they broke it all the way down. Shoot.
He's slow. Anyway, so I was just gonna say that I do hope people excuse me, show up to the city council meeting tomorrow because the mayor will be talking about the veto. But if he's not, Mr. Jules Green did say he would adjourn the meeting if he does not speak on it. But if he does speak on it, the meeting is at 5. But the only thing is, I've heard that Cleo Fields meeting starts at the church, Mount Zion, at 5:30.
So it ain't gonna be a lot of people there, you saying?
That's what I'm saying. So everybody wants to run and go see a state, representative, but they don't want to see local representatives.
Water is now being traded on the NASDAQ just like oil. Okay, it is. Look it up for yourself. It's not going to be free anymore. We already pay for it anyway when you pay a water bill. It's being traded on the Dow Jones too. That's the stock market, you all.
So what's the number? What's the alphabet?
Well, we got to find that out.
Let me see.
Tennessee's Republican Representative Michelle Renew tried to justify slavery through the Bible, but this Democrat Representative Justin Pearson shuts her down completely. Listen to this whole video.
Thank you for the question. As far as our founding fathers and those that owned slavery, it is important not to dilute history. We need to understand and know what that is so that we don't repeat those mistakes. But the Bible also says that we will be judged in the time of our culture. And at that time, it was a common practice. Not saying that's right or wrong. The Bible actually does instruct those who do own slaves on how to treat them fairly and kindly. But our founding fathers definitely believe that all men were created equal, and it was those beliefs that moved us from the position of slavery to where we are today. So this particular legislation does not advocate to teach those things. I think we have many other pieces of civic education that likely does include that, but this intention for this legislation is for that to not necessarily be included.
Representative Pearson, it is nearly unconscionable to believe that you just articulated the theological vision of enslavers in this Capitol in the year 2026 as though it was okay. Because here's your problem. The Bible, which was written in many different iterations, but was articulating a time of thousands of years ago, was used as justification for enslavement that happened thousands of years later, 400 years ago in our country. And so even if you're trying to articulate, as you are incorrectly, that the Bible was somehow giving permission to slavery, that would have been in the era in which it was happening. It wouldn't be used as a theological justification just 400 years ago in our nation's history. But what is worse, and what is deeply disturbing by what you have just said is not how you are saying, and that was wrong or immoral. There is no question that slavery was immoral.
Facts.
And you shouldn't need a Bible to know that.
Absolutely.
And there were always people who were antithetical to the antebellum South's iteration of chattel slavery. The people who were enslaved, who were kidnapped from the continent of Africa and brought here against their will. And I am a Christian, and I am a 7th generation Tennessean. I have read the Bible from front to back, and the stories about love, about who Christ is, about loving thy neighbor and loving God is what we are told to profess. So anyone who misused the Bible to enslave people, misused the Bible to keep people in bondage, they were wrong then as you are wrong now. I refuse to support this legislation because the lens by which you are viewing the world is toxic, is damning, is wrong, and is immoral. And you, my fellow colleagues, should do much more work in understanding the history of this country and understanding the history of enslavement and the consequences that it continues to wreak and the barriers it continues to create in this state and around the country. No one should ever be able to use Christianity as justification for the enslavement of people, especially not someone who has the audacity to call themselves a legislator.
Tennessee's Republican.
Yeah, he cooked their ass. Did you find the numbers? Hello?
What's up?
You found the numbers?
For what?
Yeah, she found them.
The numbers for what?
The letters for the
I found this
for the water.
I think your mom posted it in the chat.
Yeah, it's in there.
What does that mean?
Those are the codes.
Okay.
No, not that one. Okay, it's this one. So, will y'all go to trade? Y'all go look at the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ. Those are the codes for letters for water. The VLTO, CWCO, PNR, those are all the numbers for water. So now they're public. Now that you know that they're publicly trading water like oil, you know that this water stuff is about to get real crucial with these data centers.
I found this scrolling on social media. Let me know what y'all think about this.
So the guy that wrote Project 2025 got a PhD in African American Studies, basically so that he could figure out how to make slavery happen again. And the first thing I thought of was, that is so hateful. Like, these people are fully hating to their full potential. Their whole lives are just like, how do I fully hate to the fullest of my potential? This fool got a PhD because of how much he hates Black people. He literally got a PhD. Like, that is insane. These people are crazy. Like, we gotta learn. We gotta figure out what's going on, because we're all in this right now.
Let me know what y'all think about this down in the comment section.
You know he is from Lafayette, Louisiana, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's from Lafayette.
What is this?
The guy who wrote 2025, Project 2025?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure is.
When I saw that bitch, that nigga, so everybody sit there and let him say nigga to my face while I beat his motherfucking ass. Say nigga. What's your company?
Milan Publishing Cleary.
Okay, so did you wake up today a racist bitch, or were you one today? So why did you say nothing when your motherfucking employee sat there and said nigger in this motherfucking meeting? Why did you say shit? Did you want to speak up for bitch? He's a grown ass motherfucking man and I wasn't talking to you. But since you speaking up for him, why you didn't say nothing when he said nigger? Huh? Huh? You see why you shouldn't interject yourself out of your motherfucking business? So if you don't think I'm a motherfucking nigger, you shut the fuck up when I'm talking to this bitch that did sit there and motherfucking say nigger. How about that? Black people are often pushed out of motherfucking
Officer, why is he not outside? We have a meeting.
I'm not.
Racist! 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 Get out of here!
Fucking black people aren't standing there supporting me, telling me not to reunite with fucking brown people. Because let's be honest, black and brown is divided. But I have stood with the motherfucking brown community.
Yes! Yes!
So for him to be a brown motherfucker and to be sitting there calling me a nigger, this is why I'm not defending the black community, but this is why the fucking black community doesn't want to be out here. Because this is what they say is true.
That's true. That's true.
We're not fucking right. You guys only, not you guys, but I'm only right if I talk like a motherfucking white person. If I come dressed a certain kind of way, talk away, and that's the only time I'm fucking light.
Straight up.
I get to come here and I get to be black and bold and motherfucking beautiful just like you get to be. Community, black community, Asian community, LGBTQ community. No
That's why
should
I
ever
concentrate on us, only us. And I don't care if nobody don't like what I just said. I concentrate on us. And I'm going to leave it like that.
Well, just some context, right? So we're not going to be able to walk up to an Asian person and expect them to be offended by the N-word or any of the stereotypes that the Peckerwoods put on us, right? So they're not going to have a full understanding. Matter of fact, they might not have no understanding. They might look at you and they might say the word right along with the white folks, right? And then when you're building, it's such a crucial time. So you're going to have to ally with people that are like you first. And then you can go out and reach out to everybody else. But this whole let's come together, kumbaya shit is not going to work because everybody don't respect everybody on the same level.
Well, one thing they don't respect, don't say everybody. Nobody respects black people. So let's don't give anybody.
No.
Nobody. We are the most hated.
There's a lot of people that fear
we are
us.
the most hated race on this planet.
All right. I mean, you can say that, but
It's
there's a
true.
difference
We talked
between
about that already.
hate
We know
and
that.
fear.
Most hated.
We're feared. We're not hated. We're feared.
No, we're both. We're both.
We're definitely both.
Yeah, because she got to be right. You can't hate what you fear. You can only be afraid of what you fear. You can't hate it.
I hate snakes. I fear snakes.
That's you.
So she's saying that it's the same thing.
No, you can't hate and fear. You either have to hate it enough to never touch it or be afraid of it, If you really hated something, you wouldn't try to
You're
engage
double
with it.
talking. You're
'Cause
double talking,
if you
sir.
fear
Okay,
something,
Dr. Umar.
fear will have you use your bodily autonomy and make sure that you steer clear of that thing. Hate will make
I
you engage
hate
with it.
snakes because I'm afraid of snakes. So I hate them.
That's the incomplete. That's the inconsistent cycle.
Well, then that's my inconsistent cycle. Thank
I
you,
hate
sir.
snakes because you have a fear of snakes. Is not that's redundancy. You're repeating the same thing twice.
How you
I
gonna
have
tell
a fear
somebody
of
else
snakes
how to
because I hate
feel?
snakes. I hate snakes because I have a fear of snakes.
Exactly.
It's
So
an
he knows.
inconclusive argument.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
What's the reason why you fear snakes? Oh, because I saw a movie. That's why you fear snakes. That's why you hate snakes. You
No,
don't fear
You a
snakes because you hate
narcissist.
snakes. You know what? I don't
that's
even
not
feel
why
like.
I hate snakes. That's not why, sir.
I don't know why you hate snakes,
But
but it's
then-
definitely not because you're afraid of them.
Okay. Okay. Oh, now he's gonna tell me what I'm not afraid of.
I
my
literally
God.
just said.
Anyway,
Oh my
as the
God.
day went on, we had this word. We're gonna part on this word right here.
I have been wrestling with this one particular justice on the United States Supreme Court. But you go ahead and say his name. Clarence Thomas. Said to myself, Clarence, if you were trying to be down with the Black Panthers, what in the world happened to you? The audacity to knock down the Voting Rights Act Section 2. Just want to say one thing to you, because I'm a part of the hip hop generation. And Jay-Z said it best: light nigga, dark nigga, false nigga, real nigga, rich nigga, poor nigga, house nigga, field nigga, Supreme Court nigga. Guess what? You still
a nigga.
Just.
You gotta let that man cook. You gotta let him cook. He's right, you know.
Yeah, we understand that no matter what we do.
So the
we're
pastor
still
told
there.
him to say all that on stage.
Hey, listen, I don't know where you at in this timeline, but we literally have a president that shits on himself every 3.5 minutes. we literally got duped and tricked into trying to believe that he got assassinated, not for the first time, not a second time, but a third time. And this time they used AI footage. We are in uncharted territories, folks.
And you know he's trying to stay in. They could not even answer the question whether or not, according to the Constitution, can he run for a third term.
That's because that doesn't concern them. They don't care. Now, let's talk a little bit about this before we go, because I did want to talk about this. Topics we don't cover enough.
The hate map, it showed where all the violent white supremacists were actually coming from, right?
Lost my spot. That's why I'll be having to send all this stuff to my page, because I'll be done forgot where I'm at. Oh yeah, I wanted to say this too.
I told him with Trump, let it go. What you trying to put him in jail for? They did everything they could to prevent him from being the president. Trump ain't going after these people, man, because of the election. He going after these people because they tried to get him to spend the rest of his life in fucking prison. He approaching 80 years old and you tried to throw him behind bars. He coming. He coming. Like, wait a minute. You motherfuckers smile in my face. You coming to my casinos. You coming to the hotel. Y'all all know we all sportsmen. We saw Trump at every one of the events. We were all cool with him. We weren't calling him racist then. So it's like he looking at it and he going like, yo, you motherfuckers trying to put me in prison. They ain't trying to get me, like, okay.
Number one, Stephen A. Smith is the type of shit-flinging Uncle Tom that want to hold basketball players to higher standards for smoking weed than he want to hold the goddamn president of the United States having 34 felonies. Number two, this man had more smoke for Kyrie Irving because he didn't want to take a shot than he has for the United States Commander-in-Chief upholding the law. Number three, how can you sympathize with Trump so much and talking about he's innocent and they're going after him when he's going after innocent people on the streets? Do you know how many American citizens got locked up and they've been pushing the ICE agenda? Oh, so many. Number four, for you to be in a sports community and care about student athletes, how is it that you can advocate for somebody that is cutting the funding to higher education for our community? You love talking that black shit when it benefits you. Number five, Stephen A. Smith was really feeling it when he said, you motherfuckers came to my casino and came. It's almost like you've had conversations with Donald Trump and he's been able to vent this to you and you feel so much for him. And that's the reason why you're doing this now. Number six, this man had the nerve to ask Josh Dawson, are you a liberal or a left this whole time? You are a moderate conservative. Number seven, how can he talk all this black shit? Who did the Ku Klux Klan endorse in 2016? Who did they endorse in 2020? Who did they endorse in 2024? What is he talking about? Number eight, the Democrats did create the KKK and they also fought to keep people on the plantation. However, in 2026, when you go to a rally, where are you most likely to see a Confederate flag? Where are you most likely to see the KKK? How is he siding with them? Number nine, how is it that y'all can condemn the KKK and the goddamn Confederacy when it comes to history, but you have a problem being able to condemn it in real time right now? My final point again, Stephen A. Smith wanted to end professional sports players' careers because they were smoking. This man was doing all type of illegal shit, and you ain't got no problem with that.
The coons are real. That's
They
all I
are.
can tell you.
I cannot stand Stephen A. Smith. I cannot stand him.
Kirk dies. People on the right are saying there's violence coming from the left. The left says the violence is coming from the right. They start to cite SPLC's reports. SPLC has a map called a hate map. It showed where all the violent white supremacists were actually coming from. White supremacists hated this. The next month, Kash Patel at the FBI comes out and says, we're severing all ties with the SPLC. This is a woke, biased group, and they're spreading hate, and we can't be associated with any organizations that have an agenda, is what he says. Now, this month, Kash Patel comes out and says he's having an investigation into the SPLC. He says they committed wire fraud. He says they didn't tell their investors that they were using the money for informants. And they had shell companies that were hiding the source of the money so that the informants wouldn't get caught. He's saying that all of this constitutes wire fraud. They're saying that the money that they paid to the informants actually funded the protest, and the violence that came from the protest is a product of the SPLC. They're saying that the informants are being paid to be in the chat groups and spew hate and incite violence. Never mind that they're snitches and they're supposed to do this to stay in the group. But okay, let's look at the Unite the Right protest. They're saying that the SPLC gave $270,000 to that protest. When you look into it, that $270,000 went to one informant over the span of 8 years. He was in the chat group that was planning the Unite the Right protest. He gave all of the information to the SPLC. The SPLC gave all of the information to the FBI and the local authorities. A 45-page warning. They're playing dumb. They know what the hell's going on. Another informant, a neo-Nazi, got $1 million. He's the highest paid informant thus far. He got 25 boxes of documents and stole it and gave it to the SPLC. That's how he got that money. Remember, there's only $3 million total, but these are the payments that they're saying went directly to paid protests. This is the proof that they have that the left is actually funding right-wing violence. The right wing isn't violent. It's actually the left funding them. This is what they want you to believe. And it's working too.
They were peaceful people. These were great people.
Woo!
Now
I'm telling
they
you.
going and they're saying that case is gonna frizzle like the wind. Cause
Yeah, of course it is. The whole point of that case was just to
it's
it was
the
a
shit.
smoke cloud.
Yeah. They going after everybody right now.
They're trying to. It's not going to work.
Yeah. It's not.
People, whether we like it or not, are controlled by nature. If you put a tight shoe on your foot, you get a corn. If you wear the shoe long enough, it turns into a callus. If you wear the shoe long enough, it turns into a bunion. Eventually, it'll wear the shoe out. Black folks in America got a callus around their soul. And if this system don't back up their shoe, it's going to be wore out. Because when you get 9 months pregnant, nature don't care if you married or not, because that's not one of her laws to get pregnant. She don't care if you have Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Nature's law is when you are 9 months pregnant, She's going to drop this baby if it means death to the mother and the child. America's racial pregnancy is about 9 months pregnant. And if you understand the theory of nature, which I live by, you would find out that a system where the slave controls the communications, the money, the law, and the free man has nothing is headed for complete chaos. And I say that to say this: a free man is a man with no fears. And when white folks fear me marrying their daughter, eating in their restaurants, going to their schools, living in their neighborhood, he is my slave by the laws of nature, whether he like it or not.
That's what I was explaining to you.
No, I
They
didn't get
fear
that.
us. They fear us.
Well, we know that if you read the Crest theory of color confrontation, we already know that. We get that.
No, you didn't get it because you wanted to argue. You and your little
Whatever.
cohort, but that's okay too.
So why you call her a cohort?
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
The Klan burned him to death because he tried to get black people registered to vote. Vernon Dahmer is one of the lesser talked about civil rights activists of the 20th century. 1960s, Vernon and his wife Ellie had a 200-acre farm, a small grocery store, and an independent sawmill in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And he was a leader of the Forest County NAACP chapter. His slogan was, "If you don't vote, you don't count." Encourage young black kids to get active in their NAACP chapters. He tried to get a voter registration drive set up in his county in 1961. In 1964, he was a speaker at the Hattiesburg Freedom Day, were one test to register to vote. Through all of this, the Klan was watching Vernon, and they let him know they were watching. August of 1965, the Voting Rights Act is passed, and on January 9th, 1966, Vernon goes to the radio and tells everyone, "Hey, I want to register black people to vote at my grocery store, and I want to pay your poll taxes." The very next morning, the white knights of the Klan firebombed his house. Vernon's body from the waist up was badly burned because he stayed behind and returned fire while his wife and his daughter got to safety. He would later die in the hospital from smoke inhalation. While the Supreme Court slowly strips away our rights to vote, I think it's important that we sit and reflect on what people like Vernon Dahmer sacrificed.
I think I did this story before about him. We talked about him before on here. Yeah.
Then there's Craig Long, we arrested. He's 41. Some of you may recognize him. He's an influencer. Well, I'm going to give him some content for his social media today. He was a previous felon.
Why you keep
who
doing that?
straightened up. Really what we want to see in life. Now he's an influencer. You know, he moves in big circles, even with the president. This is a photograph with the president and his son not long ago. Now, we like to see people who make mistakes early in life, and he had a long history straighten up. We like the fact that he likes the cops. Heck, he liked them so much, he got caught up in a sting and got to be up and real close with the cops. We asked what his attitude was. They said, oh, he had a great attitude. He appreciates law enforcement. Well,
Why your thing is winging so much?
I don't know. I have no idea. But I got some more clips. Yeah. Definitely come over to my page. I got a little bit of everything over there. But this guy, you may know him from what he had to say about Jasmine Crockett. When she didn't win. Oh, Jasmine Crockett, now she's got to go get a real job, you know, and some other shit he was talking about. But now he's going to jail because he got caught up in a sex thing. And that's par for the course for MAGA, because it's pretty much all they do. There's some freaks. And there's nobody that's going to help them. You think Trump's going to get this guy out?
He got money. He can get his own stuff. His own stuff out.
No, he ain't got no money. Shout out to the insane. I can't play it on here.
Okay. So I want, since you're closing down the show, I want to thank Mr. Brown, Miss Bell. Let's see who else. Mr. Scott. Thank you guys. Thank each and every one of you guys who hung out with us today. You guys have a great evening. We shall see you guys Wednesday, hopefully. Oh, you might see us tomorrow night because it's the city council tomorrow night, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, Miss Shamira, were you planning on going to it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll make it.
Okay, cool. Awesome sauce. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let you guys go. We want to thank you so much for hanging out with us here on the Can We Be Frank show. Thank you, Tavares, for your unyielding host type job or whatever you want to call it you do. Thank you, Miss Shamir, for being the co-host. Thanks, Lita McCall. Thank you for being a great co-host too. So
yeah, folks.
Petty. Petty.
He's gonna take us off the screen, huh? Forget you, Tavares. We'll see you guys probably tomorrow night. You know we got to tear up the city council meeting, so come on in, enjoy it with us. We'll try to be more serious. It's not fun being serious all the time. Bye-bye, you guys.